Good morning, Get Wrecked for Recovery crew. So it's 7:30 in the morning. I woke up to little condensation drops falling onto my head. It got really foggy out here on the beach. I don't really like beach camping. I had to do it in Florida several times. And you know, you can't stop the condensation because of the pressure and temperature changes between the water and the land. And you cannot keep the sand out of anything. It just, you know, even your feet, like all night I could kind of just feel that dusty feel on my feet inside my sleeping bag. The other thing I realized when I just opened my eyes was both of my backup batteries, my power banks, are completely out of juice. So my Garmin is not fully charged, my watch is not fully charged, my phone is not fully charged. So what that means is I'm gonna have to stop at like a restaurant that will let me charge these things, do some work, you know, work on some of the videos, maybe use their Wi-Fi, because, you know, a big part of this trip is also being able to vlog it for you to see. And so if I don't have any battery power, then it just won't work. I don't need a motel or a hotel yet. It's been so cool that I have rarely sweated. It's only been on the really steep climbs, which has been maybe 3 of those since Jetty Fishery Marina and RV Park. So I'm okay. I don't feel like I need to have a rest night in a bed or a shower or anything yet. But I do have to charge all this stuff. So my next step this morning is working out how to do that. But it is super foggy. Like I can't see very far past anything. Can't see the lighthouse. So I'm gonna put all this wet stuff up as delicately as I can to keep sand from sticking to it. And I'm gonna head that way. I love you guys. I'll see you later. So I stopped here at Zabo's, which is the first restaurant I got to in Newport. It's actually the second restaurant. The first one on the right is closed. They don't do breakfast. But Zabo's Steakhouse and Seafood does. And so Jennifer seated me. She's letting me charge all my devices all over the place. Gave me a nice little spot here in the back to do so. So I asked her, I said, you know, I may be here till maybe even lunch. Like, what's good on the menu that I can get? This platter has toast with blackberry jam, pancakes with syrup and butter, biscuits and gravy, 3 eggs, 2 pieces of sausage, 2 pieces of bacon, a piece of ham, and potatoes, coffee, and water. 20 bucks. Unbelievable. So, I take it, you know, a very good thing to pay $20 to, you know, plus a tip for the time that they're letting me sit here to charge all this stuff. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep working on the video from yesterday, and you'll see that before you see this. Anyway, love you guys. See you later. Alright, so I ran into Ross again yesterday. He's one of the 3 cyclists that I saw earlier on my trip. Way back. Golly, I don't even remember where I was. But I asked him about chain oil. The chain oil that I have is a 3-in-1 all-temp silicone. And I can go about 40 miles and my chain just starts to sound like chipmunks chattering away down there. So I asked Ross what type of chain oil that he used, and he told me he uses this Tri-Flow.
So I'm gonna try Tri-Flow and see how it does for me. So I asked for PTFE lubricant, which is what I used. I used a 3-in-1 in the blue bottle. It was a PTFE based lubricant on my first trip through Florida, which is all on the channel if you want to go back and watch that. And it worked great. So I asked for a PTFE lubricant when I first started my journey up here, and they didn't know what I was talking about. But this Tri-Flow is formulated with PTFE, which I believe is like a Teflon based lubricant. So I've wiped off all the excess grease, and I'm gonna get to pedaling and see how it treats me. Love you guys, see you later. All right, well, it looks like today is gonna be an effective 0. I just looked at my mileage and it's like 5 miles. And it's 4:45 in the afternoon. I spent from like 8:30 to 2 o'clock at the restaurant earlier. Jennifer was gracious enough to let me stay there and charge my drone and my GoPro and my Garmin, my phone, and my main backup battery, power bank. I wasn't able to get the other one charged. I only got it to 1 dot, but it takes it like 12 to 14 hours to charge all the way. So I'm only really able to charge that Anchor 20,000 milliamp hour battery when I stay somewhere overnight. And as far as that Anchor 20,000 milliamp hour battery, so Bikepacking, the channel on YouTube, I'm going to put a link to his channel in the description. He recommended a 10,000 milliamp hour brick that you plug into an outlet. He's got like 3 of them that he carries, and they all charge in 3 hours. So you get like those 3 bricks and then like a 3 outlet adapter, and you can charge 30,000 milliamps in 3 hours. So I'm definitely going to look into that after some more donations come in, things like that, because I just can't spend all day somewhere, you know, if I don't have a hotel or a motel recharging all my equipment. So definitely going to look into that. But only once enough comes in, you know, that I'm comfortable enough to be able to do it. So until then, I've got what I've got, and I'm happy with it. So anyway, I'm at the Shell station right now. I stopped to go ahead and get a couple of things. That way I'd be fully stocked for the ride, the rest of the ride this afternoon. And it looks like I'm just going to go down the beach until I can find another spot. Tomorrow's going to be a great day. A lot more content for sure. Running up on like Seal Rock and Thor's Well and Cleft in the Rock Lighthouse. There's just supposed to be some really beautiful stuff between here and Florence. And that's the trip I'm going to make tomorrow. I'm going to try to make Florence by tomorrow evening. So no matter what kind of pedal power I've got to put into it, that's my goal. I didn't want it to take any more than 3 days. It has now taken 2. So I'm off to find that spot, and you'll see it right about now. Well, here we go again, and it's super windy. Good thing it's a tailwind. Here goes nothing. ended up going a little bit farther than I thought I was today. Looks like I'll be cowboy camping tonight. There is nowhere to put a tent down up here. Plus it's just too windy. I was able to find a little spot on a trail here that's kind of on the side of a rock that overlooks Seal Rock. And so that's straight out where I'm looking at right now. Don't know if I'll be able to stay here or not, but the Comet NEOWISE, Carol was telling me through email the other day that there is a comet that is visible. It's becoming visible in the evening sky about an hour after the sun fully goes down, and then it becomes visible again just before dawn. And so with the sun not setting until 10 up here, and then, you know, it coming back up again at like 4:30, I've got a very limited amount of time that I can view it, which means that I'll need to be up at night. So I'm going to sleep super early today. The sun is still up. I am going to catch a time lapse of the sunset, which you will see in just a little bit. But I just wanted to kind of close things out here for the night from my little hole on the trail near Seal Rock, Oregon. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Don't forget, Redeeming Eden is a non-profit ministry through International Gospel Outreach. There is a donation link in the description box. If you click the down arrow, you can find out how to donate to keep the ride going. So, with that, here's the sunset. I love you guys. I'll see you later. Actually, you're not going to see the sunset just yet. So, as soon as I sat up and recording my video, a lady looked over at me and she was like, "He's got the right idea." Her name was Kathleen, and her husband with her was Chris, and they were walking out to check out the sunset and asked me if I was going to stay here, and I said I was. And they said, "Well, we're right across the way. We're going to bring you some dinner." So they are bringing me dinner for the night. So, once again, God is providing on this journey. So cool. Anyway, I just thought y'all should know that. Here's the sunset. Alright, so I know it's like super dark. I can see more stars than I've ever seen in my life. Also, Comet NEOWISE is right here over Seal Rock. It is beautiful. I wish I had like a DSLR camera that I could do like an open exposure on. My phone took this picture just now. It is clearly visible with the eye, with the naked eye. Like, it is beautiful. So anyway, while I was sitting here waiting on it to get dark, because it's like, you know, 10:50 now, and the sun just finally actually went down dark enough for me to be able to see the Milky Way up here. It's gorgeous. So while I'm waiting here, Kathleen and Chris, you know, that were gonna bring me dinner, Chris actually just came up, brought me not only dinner, he brought me a burger, fries, a coffee, and a whole bag of groceries. I mean, just a whole bag of groceries. I'll go through what all it is in the morning whenever it's light, and I've got to turn this light off so I can keep looking. I've got to let my eyes readjust now. But I had to say something about both of these two things. They're both miraculous. This comet and the sky, number one. And thank you, Chris. And thank you, Kathleen. God bless you guys. I appreciate y'all more than you know. The coffee warmed me up instantly. Thanks again. I love you guys. I'll see you later. Have a good night.